Hey folks, today we're looking at our top 4 Christmas movies in the first ever Real Raider Realist Reel Showdown. We've come a long way and are almost to the end. The 4 movies that have made it this far are truly great in their own way, and I imagine that even if you haven't agreed with my choices up to this point, and I'm sure many of you have not, then even you can appreciate these movies for the part that they play in the great history of Christmas movies. So, let's find the winner of our North Pole Conference between Home Alone and Claus. Both of these movies are something special, and it's pretty hard to find a lot of overlap to compare between the two of them. While Kevin McAllister and the Wet Bandits are some iconic characters, Claus and Jesper, played with amazing sincerity by J.K. Simmons and Jason Schwartzman respectively, will likely, with time, gain a pretty notable following. While Claus is more magical and whimsical in its story, Home Alone is just a bit more grounded, although Harry and Marv are bashed around pretty badly like cartoon characters. Both movies have an incredible amount of heart and really leave you completely wrapped up in the Christmas spirit. Time will tell if Claus gains as large a following as Home Alone has, or if it'll be forgotten among the massive streaming service movies we get pounded with each year. But in the meantime, there's no denying the sheer impact that Home Alone has had on myself and most of the world in general. Seeing Kevin's journey from wishing his family would disappear to being tearfully reunited with them is one of the highlights of my year, and it would be pretty hard to beat. While Claus will stay on my radar each year, this one goes to Home Alone. And for our last decision in the South Pole Conference, we are looking at the Santa Claus versus Scrooged. Scrooged, as most of us know, is more or less a more modern take on A Christmas Carol. We see Bill Murray's Frank visited by his former boss, and then 3 ghosts that make him face his former love, his brother's current full life, and his potential tragic future. Nothing crazy original. But all this is done with the unabashed charm of Bill Murray as a character who never seems quite as curmudgeonly as the famous Ebenezer Scrooge. The supporting cast is played by the adorable Karen Allen and the hilarious Bobcat Goldthwait and Carol Kane, just to name a few. Meanwhile, The Santa Claus is truly an original movie. The mere idea is hilarious and ridiculous on its own that the curse of Santa Claus is placed on any innocent bystander who may accidentally try on a pair of pants. But that simple idea has sparked so much joy. Yes, it's a Disney movie and it's aimed at children, but this was made in the 90s when kids' movies didn't really feel like kids' movies. Just the same way most of us millennials love heavyweights and cool runnings, the Santa Claus is an absolute 90s treat. I'm in the exact demographic that this movie was aimed for, and it's gonna be hard to convince me that this movie isn't amazing, even though I know a lot of you are ripping your hair out because you think it sucks. Talk to me later about the sequels, and I'll begin to agree with you. For now, though, even as much as I love Scrooge, and I love that movie a lot, this one has to go to the Santa Claus. And there we have it, folks. Our final 2 movies are Home Alone versus the Santa Claus. Believe me, I know a lot of you probably have something to say about this, but I bet there's a solid chunk of my millennial brethren that are prepared to hoist me upon their shoulders for being brave enough to declare the rightful 2 to their throne. So, let me know what you think in the comments, and come back very soon to see who makes it to the top of the Christmas tree. Thanks.